Okay, it was April the 23rd, Allen, Texas, at the Allen Event Center. Kansas City Mavericks in town to do some hockey battle with the Allen Americans. I was there, and this is how it went down. As I strolled into the Allen Event Center Friday evening, I was suddenly struck with the question, why are all these dogs here? Yes, it was canine night at the Allen Americans hockey game. Dogs and hockey? They go together kind of like wombats and water skiing. Who was the promotional genius who came up with this idea? Oh, who cares? It was time for a little puck and stick action. Or maybe a little puck and pause? Now, I hadn't been to a hockey game in a couple of years, and I quickly noticed that the Americans had dropped down a bit and were skating now somewhere in the middle of the rankings this season. What's up with that, guys? Is this season going to the dogs? Nonetheless, the faithful were on hand in their red Allen American t-shirts and hockey jerseys, with a throng of corgis, golden retrievers, and dachshunds in tow. There was one pooch on hand that looked a bit like a darn couch. One big doggy there. Well, Margot and I did not have dogs with us, but we did have our phones out, because even though it's hockey season, it was also March Madness. And we had some serious college basketball games to keep up with. Hey, if people can bring their dogs to a hockey game, then I can keep up with my college basketball at a hockey game. We all have our priorities. Now, the game's recap page said there were 4,226 fans in attendance. Huh? They must have counted the dogs twice, because I didn't see anywhere near that many fans on hand. In fact, all of those fans around me seemed to personally know each other, and they even knew the ushers by their first name. However, they were a rowdy bunch and screamed out, "Red!" when the word was sung in the national anthem. And the Rockets' red glare. Yes, it was time to live in the red. Now, being an Oklahoma State University Cowboy fan, I'm usually living in the orange. But then again, let's see, the Dallas Mavericks live in the blue and green. The Dallas Cowboys live in the blue and silver, and the Texas Rangers are in the blues this year. Yeah, all the Dallas Major League sports teams seem to be in the blues. Oh my gosh, so many colors to live in. Now, I hear dogs are colorblind, so I guess the canines on hand really didn't care what color they were living in, as long as they were living near the food. So, we're living in the red for the moment. On with the game! In the red. Now, the cool thing about going to an Allen Americans game is that for the price of a couple of beers at a Dallas Stars game, you can sit near the glass, so you can feel every slam and bam as the players throw each other into the glass. Yes, you can almost taste the blood. Oh, such fun. And there was plenty of slamming and bamming going on in this game. Yeah, enough slamming and bamming to give the Americans a 1-0 first period lead. And as the puck slapped into the net, everyone jumped to their feet to sing along with the team's song, "Don't Stop Living in the Red." Living in the red? Excuse me, but doesn't living in the red mean you're in debt? I mean, do I seriously want to be living in the red? Does anyone want to live in the red? Oh well, before I could ponder over the logic of it all, the Americans scored another goal, giving them a 2-point lead. Then more ram, bam, slam! Apparently, too much ram, bam, slam, because one of the Kansas City Mavericks had enough ram, bam, slam, and the fight began. After 3 right hooks, boom, 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 right to the side of one of the local boys' head, the angry Maverick from Missouri took the fight to the ice, and the 2 players had to be quickly pulled apart by the officials. Yes, there were very few times in this game when the penalty box was not occupied. They were living in the red. And in great hockey tradition, when the opposing team's players were released from the penalty box, the announcer would proclaim, "Kansas City is back to full power." Of course, this announcement would be followed by the crowd yelling, "And they still suck." Okay, as the second period came to an end, the Americans were leading 3-0, making me ponder the question, does this Maverick team indeed really suck? Enthralled by the home team's lead, the crowd screamed and the dogs barked their approval as the Americans skated off the ice. Me personally, I was way more excited about the Kansas Jayhawks beating the Clemson in the NCAA tournament, but I guess that's just me. Sorry, Clemson. But wait. There were more important things happening down on the ice, for it was now time for the Dachshund Ice Race. The what? Huh? Of course, this is where several weenie dogs were lined up to race across the ice. However, only one dog decided to participate in the race. The others just kind of stood there, as if to say, dudes, this is ice, you idiots. You run across this ice barefooted. I'm not moving. You can just keep your darn milk bones. Wow, I was kind of expecting a little yellow ice after that display of canine athleticism and apathy. Let's see the Zamboni fix that one. Oh well. Back to the game. Okay, the Americans had a commanding lead, so this game is over. Or not. Lo and behold, the Mavericks actually got it together and slapped in a shot, finally putting them on the scoreboard. Then, here comes another score from another one of the Mavericks. Whoever he was. Hockey players all tend to look alike to me. They're all a bunch of white guys with scraggly beards. It's hard to keep up with who is who, and the helmets don't help a whole lot either. But, nonetheless, the score was now Americans 3 and the Mavericks 2. Okay, the clock is ticking and hands and paws are clapping nervously. Only a couple of minutes left as both teams crowd around the Americans' net, slashing and banging and slamming and never mind. Game over. The Americans reign victorious with a 3-2 win. And humans and canines alike all sing along with the song, "You're always living in the red." Whatever the heck that means. Now I need to get ready for the Dallas Mavericks basketball game next week. Who knows? It might be bring your goldfish night, or your chinchilla night, or your pet javelina night, or your pet iguana night, or parakeet, or I really don't care.